Well, I really put a lot of confidence in the president and in his ability to really surmise the situation from this sit-down meeting. I mean, there's been a whole lot of noise, to your point right there, a whole lot of comments and things that people are putting out there in terms of expectations. When in reality, we've got to see whether Putin really wants to end this war. We've watched hundreds of thousands of people killed, innocent civilians in this battle. President Trump wants to see this war come to an end. And I think sitting down at the table is the only way we're going to be able to really get there, in spite of all the phone calls and back and forth.
Yeah, getting everybody to the table to begin with is a start, right? Speaking of that table, though, Zelensky's not going to be there. He's already called land swaps a non-starter. So is it over before it starts if real estate is top of Putin's wish list, do you think?
Well, I don't think anything is going to be off the table. I think when these leaders sit down, I think President Trump has already stated that there may be a very real situation where both countries are going to be involved in swapping land back. And so I think folks are going to have to wait, see how this meeting goes. The president confidently said that he's going to know within a matter of minutes when he sits down if Putin is serious about ending this war. And I think that we're going to have to take that at face value. And I do think that we're going to see some things come out of this meeting. I'm confident, I'm hopeful that they're going to be able to make progress.
And just, playing hypotheticals here, say the meeting isn't fruitful in ending the war. Putin continues to wage his summer offensive. What's your stance on how involved the United States should continue to be from here on out?
Well, I think one of the things that the president made clear yesterday is that there will be consequences, and how far those consequences go, we're going to wait and see. I think obviously the economic sanctions, the president has shown the ability in these negotiations to recognize the power of the United States of America economically, and where those type of sanctions may hit. And I think that will definitely be part of the conversation, is for Putin to understand what kind of consequences could be faced if we are not able to bring an end to this war.
Yeah, well, we're following this bilateral meeting closely, and we'll see what comes of tomorrow. If I could, while I still have you, sir, turn to the war in Gaza now. I know you just returned from Israel. Talk about a critical time, too. You were able to see the situation on the ground for yourself with your own eyes. What stood out the most to you during your visit?
Well, it was a powerful trip and very emotional in many ways when we got down there to the Gaza border, visiting those particular places, the kibbutzes where Hamas came across the border at 119 different points and literally just slaughtered and butchered. From the time that the rockets started to rain down at 6:29, within 15 minutes, they were in those various communities butchering men, women, children, elderly folks, just indiscriminately. And so, we saw that reality. We also recognize the situation that's happening. I was thankful to learn more about the Gaza humanitarian initiative that is really helping with the food situation there. And we learned a lot about that, had an opportunity to hear from Prime Minister Netanyahu. They want to finish this war. They need to finish this war. They don't want to occupy long-term Gaza. They want to find some willing partners, perhaps, that have been a part of the Abraham Accords to put together a peacekeeping force. But I will promise you this, after what I saw, in no way, shape, or form can Hamas be allowed to be part of the equation in governing that part of Gaza. It just can't happen. And it's going to be critical as these next couple of weeks unfold. Yeah. And I'll tell you what I'm praying. I'm praying that God supernaturally intervenes, and as the Israeli military moves in to finish this job, that God intervenes and brings some of these hostages out safe and sound. Yeah. And we are definitely hurting for those families and with those families today.
A lot of people echo your prayers and your sentiments on that this morning, sir. And a lot of people wondering how close or far apart Israel and Hamas are in these negotiations. Please keep us posted. Congressman Mark Harris, as always, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.